Hello guys, welcome back onto the Dutch couch. I've even got me Dutch advocate for you. Happy days. Right, we did a video a couple of weeks ago about the Premier League saying we think where it's become sterile, boring, too generic, too predictable, we need someone to come over here, lay down a marker and change the landscape, right? I think we found the guy. I think this Ruben Amorim, 39-year-old manager, new Man United manager, sadly, I think he's that guy. I really do. The more I see him, the more I hear about him, the more I read about him. Obviously, I know some stuff about him. I'm convinced he's that man. I think he's gonna knock Pep off his perch. I think he's gonna knock all Pep's little clones off their perches, the copycats. Pep's little clones. You've got it coming, mate. I'm telling you. I'll tell you what. The first thing I saw with this guy, he's not even in Manchester yet, right? But he's already got a taste of the British press. That Gary Cottrell from Sky Sports News turned up in Lisbon at the press conference for the Champions League game against Man City and literally said to this guy, so if you're not speaking in English now to the English fans, you're giving your new English fans the cold shoulder. How fucking rude was that? And I'll tell you what, as a 39-year-old geezer, this fella held himself together brilliantly. And for me, that was a massive eye-opener for me because I thought, at his age, he showed such maturity and he didn't bite. A lot of these managers now, Pep included, he has a bite at these geezers. He don't take any shit and he has a bite at them. And I thought, he knows what's coming. He's had his first taste of it before he's even got on a tarmac at Manchester off the plane. And he's already got these British media, these fucking fools, this guy in particular, Cottrell, on his case, trying to get him to trip up. I thought the way he handled himself was fucking magic and I loved it. But what I like about him, this guy's got presence. He's got an aura. He's got a personality. And I think he didn't have to be stupid in that press conference, but he showed his personality because I think he knew that he would look classy if he didn't act like a fool. And I think he fucking succeeded, mate. But I definitely think he's going to save us from these pet clones as well. I really do. I'm looking forward to this. And I'll tell you what, I think he's going to be influential as well. I guarantee next season, by the start of next season, middle of next season, you're going to have loads of these teams playing 3-4-3. A lot of them playing three at the back, right, straight away. I think he's going to influence people, like Pep has. But Pep has influenced people to an extent that it's got stupid now. It's too generic now. They're all mirroring each other. And some of these teams are trying to play the football that he plays are clearly not capable of doing it, right? They're not capable of doing it. You can see it. It's ridiculous. It's just because it's the thing to do because Pep does it. The world-class Pep, right? And it's boring. City even bore the shit out of me these days. And I'll tell you what, he couldn't have made a bigger statement, could he, right? Bear in mind, Man United have just signed him as their manager, right? What better way to endear yourself to the new Man United fans than smashing Pep's Man City team 4-1 in the Champions League? I loved it. That was fucking magic. And as much as I don't support Man United, I really hope this geezer comes over here and changes the landscape like people before him. I mean, influential, I'm talking like sort of, look back at Arsene Wenger when he came over. He changed the landscape. He changed things, right? In a different respect, I think Mourinho did with his personality. Because you go back to the days when you had like the Brian Cloughs and stuff. I think when he come over, I don't think you'd seen much of that arrogance that Mourinho had. And I think it was like, people are excited by it. But I think people are really excited, particularly Man United managers, are excited by this 39-year-old fella, Ruben Amorim. Like I say, presence, adaptability. He's got an aura about him. I mean, I'm not even like I say, I'm not a Man United fan, but it excites me to see what he's going to bring. Obviously, you had Eric Ten Hag, didn't you? He didn't have a presence, did he? He didn't even have a style of play. Didn't have a philosophy. This guy's got all three of them before he's even got there. He's got all three in abundance, mate. His team's pressed really well, and I think he can bring that with United. Garnacho, Rashford, Højlund. If you can get them boys pressing that ball, I think he's going to do a great job here, and I think he's going to be. Maybe a generational coach. This guy. I think yeah, I think he's going to be that good. I've done a video last week saying I thought Thomas Frank would be perfect for Man United. Go and get him. And to be honest, I think Thomas Frank is brilliant. I love him. And one of the main reasons I said about Thomas Frank was obviously he had experience in the Premier League. He's good with the press, which I think for Man United, you're going to get a lot of grillings, mate. You're under a lot of scrutiny at Man United. And I think he would have handled it. People are saying to me he only managed Brentford. But this guy's only managed in the Portuguese league. So people are going to say that he's only managed in the Portuguese league. But you can only win against what's in front of you, right? And with what's at your disposal. And he's done that with abundance, hasn't he? So there's no doubts in my mind that this guy has got what it takes to be a success here. I think the mentality of this fella, bear in mind his age, right? He's gone into a dressing room at the age of 13, well, he must have been 36, 37, when he's gone in that dressing room with all them pros, seasoned pros, and he's gained the respect of them. And I think at his age, I think this is an important point as well, right? Man United have gone down the route of Louis van Gaal. Obviously, Ralph Rangnick was a temporary. Mourinho, really strong characters, right? But I don't think they were man managers. I don't think they was sort of put your arm around the players, mollycoddle them, because some of these players are grown men, but they need that. I need that as a human. I'm not even a football player. One player in particular who I think will benefit from this guy is Marcus Rashford. I think he's going to be a different animal under this fella. And I'll tell you what, I dread to think if they bring in Gyökeres as well. I think they'll be an absolute force. But I think Rashford, he will turn Rashford into the beast that I think he's capable of being. Personally, I really do think that. But I think he will save us from this sterile, boring, generic, tippy-tappy, slow. I think that's one of the main things. I think he's going to save us from the slow, shitty football. I think his teams want to go quick. They want to play fast. Yeah, they're possession-based, but they want to play fast. They'll hit you on the break fast. I say that. Tottenham do that, really. they hit teams on the break, so fair play to them. And I'm Arsenal. Shit, I didn't like saying that. There's only a couple of teams, I mean, in the Premier League, like I say, a lot of these teams are so, we've got to play by Pep now. It's so fucking boring. But I'd like to see how influential long-term this fella's going to be. Will it get to a stage where everyone plays his game and then we get to a point where we're going, it's boring now, they're all doing the same? I'd like to see your opinions on that, actually. And Man United fans, I'd love to see your opinions, how excited you are by this. Because what I'm seeing online, everyone's raving about this fella. Man United fans, obviously after when his team beat Man City 4-1, you're all like, lovely jubbly, we'll have some of this. But he's got to come into Man United, right, where the culture hasn't always been the best, is it? It doesn't matter what players you've got on that squad sheet, right? If the culture's not right, it's not going to work. You've had big players there. I personally think also, if you can see behind me, obviously I've got Ajax stuff there, yeah? If this guy can get the Delict from Ajax into this United team, that version of Matthijs Delict, you have got an absolute top-notch defender there. I think he can get the best out of him as well. Being how young he is, I think he'll relate to the players more. But I think his man management skills and his personal skills are going to be huge at Man United. Because I think the culture there has been fucking rotten to the core. And my Man United friends, guys who do this channel with me actually, say that's been a big problem for years. Doesn't matter what players you got on paper. If the dressing room's shit and the culture's shit, you've got no chance. I think he can sort that out as well. And I'll tell you one thing, really important that I think he's going to get from Man United players. When I watch his team, they all look like they run for a brick wall for him. And for me, that's massive. Because players have got a lot of power these days, right? And I think at times, them players let down Ten Hag because I don't think they trusted him. I don't think they believed in the way he was trying to play. I don't think he even knew how he was trying to play, to be fair. I never looked at them players and thought, they're going to give him fucking 200% and fight for him. I never saw that. I don't think Man United fans, I think Man United fans really realise that as well. Be interesting to see what you think about that. Do you think they gave Ten Hag everything? This manager, his demeanour, his personality, his presence, I think is going to demand that. And I think he's the sort of manager, if you don't give him 200%, out on your ear, he's going to make you feel, he's going to make those players feel so fucking lucky to be at a club like Man United. And I don't think that's been the case before. I think they've just, some of them have just took a pay packet, strolled along. He won't have this. This fella ain't going to have this. I'm telling you. He is not going to have it at all. Definitely he's going to be influential here in this Premier League. This is going to, generational coach, mate. I'm telling you. Like I say, when he coached against Arsenal, you could just see it. I think even the commentators mentioned it on the day. This guy's special. He's out coached him, out tactics him, basically. Out bossed him. Everything with this guy points towards success. And I think it's been too long for Man United fans. Everyone else, we actually enjoy Man United not winning anything, to be fair. For Man United fans, it's been too long since you've won a league title, right? For a club of that size, claiming to be the best club in the world, biggest club in the world. I've always said Real Madrid's the pinnacle, and I stick with that. As a club, nothing against United. This is the man. This is the man, I think, personally, will come here, take the fucking ball by the horns, and save this Premier League from this sterile, boring, Pep clone shit. That's my opinion. And part of me don't want to see it because I don't support Man United. I don't want to see Man United dominance again. And that's not being horrible to Man United. But I can see it happening. I can see a period of dominance again from Man United. Just purely because they've took this guy on. They've gone with him. They took a punt. 39-year-old, right? He's at a great age. He's still learning. But the thing is, what he's going to find out now, right? He's never going to have come up against the scrutiny that he's going to get at Man United now. You are constant. And I'll tell you how I know that they're so big. Everyone knows they're big. But when Ten Hag got sacked the other day, it was getting on my nerves watching it on Sky Sports News. So I turned it over to Sky News. Headline news at the top of the hour, Ten Hag. And I'm thinking, fuck, you can't get away from these guys. That's how big you are. That's how massive Man United are and Man United news is. Your front and back page. It'd be interesting to see if this guy can handle it. But from first impressions, when this Gary Cottrell's trying to trip him up, he's absolutely passed with flying colours for me. I thought he held himself so well. I was like, I'm raving about it, and it's only a press conference. But I just think the way you, personally, in all ways of life, I think the way you carry yourself and your demeanour is massive. And for me, mate, 10 out of 10 for him. Unbelievable. He didn't get bullied and he's stuck by his guns. And he's going to have to do that for a long period over here. If he goes a couple of games, 2 or 3 games losing, he's under the cosh. Then you're going to see the real guy. But I think he's going to be top dollar. I really do. I mean, Arsenal's my team, right? I grew up supporting Arsenal. I don't think Arteta's got the presence that this guy's got. I don't think Arteta's got the personality that this guy's got, the aura that this guy's got. As much as I love Arteta, I think this guy might be on another level. I think he might be a class above. And I don't think there's anyone out there now in the Premier League currently. Put it this way, Arsenal, Arteta's not going to knock Pep off his perch. I don't think, personally. I don't think we're going to be nearly men, right? I think Man United, with this manager, could be that team. He could save the Premier League from what it's become. But then I don't want it on the other round. I don't want Man United to win fucking constant titles because it's just going to be the same score. But as it is now, I just want someone to knock Pep off their perch. Get rid of this boring fucking football that we're watching, that everyone else is copying. But I really want to see how influential this guy is to other managers at 39. If he goes into his early 40s and he's influencing these seasoned managers, fucking says it all, mate. If he's influencing people who are 20 years older and have been in that game that long, then this guy's got the fucking magic touch, mate. I'm telling you. I think this is a perfect job for him as well. And I'll tell you why. He's come from Porto, right? Expected at the moment, they're expected to win things, right? At Man United, I think he's going to get a bit of time. In fact, he's going to have to get a bit of time because in this league, there's other teams who are spending massively, right? There's a lot of financial power in this league with these top teams. So he's not coming in thinking, like, next season I'll think I'll win the league. You're not going to, are you? Realistically, you're not going to come in and win the league next season. This is going to be a project for this guy. So he's going to have to buy it. I'll tell you one thing that's good with Man United at the moment, which I don't think other managers have had. They've got people sitting in the right job positions, like the sporting directors, technical. I think they've got the background sorted now. That seems to be sorted now, and I don't think that's always been a bit of a fucking shambles, really. And I think that's massive at a club. Everyone needs to know their role. Everyone's got to be going in the same direction. And I think everybody at that club will have instant respect for this guy. Because I'm not sure everyone had instant respect for the last manager, Ten Hag. I think half of them didn't believe in him. I think most of the players didn't believe in him. I think this fella is going to have instant respect. They're all going to want to go play for him. They're all going to want to run through a brick wall for him. And I think the people in the background are going to fucking want him to succeed. So they're going to do everything in their power to help the guy. Recipes for success, right? I think it's, I'm not going to say guaranteed. Well, I am actually. I think this guy's going to be that good. I think he's going to succeed. I really do think he's going to succeed. And I think City are on the slide anyway. And all eras come to an end. I remember Ten Hag saying that, though. He said all eras come to an end. And he got fucking pelters in the end. This guy's different level, mate. This guy's different level. He's not Ten Hag. Similarities in this respect, though. Ten Hag smashed smashed everything at Ajax, didn't he? In the Eredivisie at a lower level, right? Lower than the Premier League, obviously, lower standard. He's done the same in Portugal, but I see so much more in this guy than I did in Ten Hag. I might be wrong. In 2 years' time, I might watch this back and think, what was I fucking thinking? The geezer was shit. But I'm going to stick my neck out and say, I'm going to be right on this. I'm going to be right on this. This guy's going to succeed, mate. And he's going to get Man United where they need to be. I'm sure of that. I'm really sure of that. And I think you're going to see, I'd love him to, one thing I'd love to see him do, I'd love him to come over here straight away and fucking set the gauntlet down with his rival managers and make it known that he's here to fuck them over. I'd love to see that. I'm not sure Slot's the sort of manager to get into that sort of shit. Obviously, but he's a great manager. He had a great team at Feyenoord. And like I said to the boys, he'll come to Liverpool. And I said it before the season started, I said Liverpool are fucking dark horses, mate. He's a great manager. And he'll go in there seamless and get it working. It's happened. I knew it. He's a great coach. This guy's going to need time. And I think Man United fans realise that. I think they will give him time. They know their football, Man United fans on the whole, right? They're a good fan base. And I think they're knowledgeable. They fucking know that the culture of the club's shit. The background sort of worked out now well, and I think they sort of know that this guy's going to need 2 or 3 years to set his stamp. You can't go in there with these players that you've got on and go, right, we're championship contenders. It's not going to happen. It's impossible. These players might not be able to play his system, and he ain't going to switch from that system. There's no way he's going to switch from that system. It's what he does. He's only ever played 3 at the back. No match at all he's ever played 4 at the back. He's only ever played 3 at the back. So he's not going to switch from it. He ain't going to go anything different, is he? Just to suit other people, which I like. He's got his mind. His mind centred and he goes with it. But he's got a plan B. He's adaptable during the game, which I don't think Ten Hag was. Be interested to see what Man United fans think about this and what opposition fans think. Man City fans, do you think that he's going to come over and give you a problem? We know he's going to have massive money behind him to do it, and he's not going to be able to come in there with that fucking group of players and suddenly become title contenders because they're not capable. Them players on paper ain't capable. But let's see how good a coach he is. He might come in and he improves players. 1,000,000% he improves players. But I don't think he can improve that group of players that much. He needs to bring his Needs to bring his own boys in. Gyökeres, mate, if he brought Gyökeres in now with Rashford and Garnacho, fuck me. Yeah, that cause chaos, mate. I'm telling you, that cause chaos. But like I say, just a quick video, this one. Love to get your opinions in the comments. Let me know as Man United fans if you're happy with his appointment, what you expect from it, where you think he can take him, how long will it take him, how much money he'll need. He's going to need fucking bundles of money, mate. He's going to need a lot of money. I think the fucking prices, he's going to need about fucking 10 billion. But let's see. Opposition fans, let us know what you think. Title challenges. And I've got to mention, I've said about teams being shitty and sterile and boring. I've got to say, there's a couple of teams in the Premier League I fucking really enjoy watching, actually. I really enjoy watching Brighton. I love what their manager's done and the previous managers. I love Brighton. They're a fucking great club. I love watching them play. And I'll tell you what, fucking great to see Forest where they are as well. I love Forest. And I love the way they play as well. They're one of the only teams in the Premier League, right, that don't stick to this Pep clone shit. They play their own way. They got a big number 9 and they fucking use him. They get wingers who fucking put the ball in the box. Get back to it. Get back to it. Let's get the real football going again. It's not fucking... Yeah. Too generic, man. It's boring as fuck. But yeah, last note. 39-year-old Portuguese manager coming into this Premier League. Generational manager. He's going to take this place by storm, mate. I'm telling you. He's going to absolutely fucking smash it here. Just wish it was a different club, to be fair. I'm not really a Man United lover. Nothing against them. But yeah, let me know your opinions in the comments. And yeah, we'll follow up on this in a few weeks. See how he's getting on. And we'll talk with the other United boys as well. Get their opinions. I know them two are really, really happy with this appointment. So yeah, have a good one. On to the next one.